What's up? I was doing a little salsa a few nights ago, and I was doing my my white guy thing, you know, just kind of like, just this, you know, just shit, just piece of crap. And I noticed that the girl, it's probably been happening in front of me before, but I really noticed for the first time that the girl was moving her hips like, boom. I was just like, whoa, how do you move your hips like that? Like, how do you do that? Like, how are your hips going boom, boom, boom? I was just like, oh, I don't know how to do that. What's going on? So I realized, okay, all right, I have a pelvis mobility kind of thing and pelvis stability, like it's, you know, the two are tied together. So today in the gym, I just basically got in front of the mirror and just moved around and played with my pelvis mobility for a few hours. And I figured out how to really unlock it, because you saw then, like, that I was able to kind of do it, like, do it okay. You know, I know this looks ridiculous, but it's kind of cool that I can actually do it. So I just want to show you how you can kind of do it yourself, because it is really beneficial, because it lets you walk properly and move properly. Like you can't move properly unless you have really good pelvis stability and pelvis mobility. It's kind of it's kind of essential that you have it. And the standard for people, myself, just everywhere, is to just not have it. We're not taught this stuff in schools. It doesn't exist. So here's the kind of movement. I'll just demonstrate the kind of movements that I was doing. Talk you through what I'm doing. I feel like, because I think you should do this. However, I sense that some people will be hesitant to do it because of how it looks. It looks so silly. You know, it's like, oh, we look like that for it. Like, it literally looks silly. But you just have to go, okay, I don't care if I look silly. It doesn't matter. Remember, I was doing this at the gym. There are literally other people, like other dudes just around, and I'm like, my hips and shit, like I look ridiculous. So if you're at least at home, don't judge yourself, just let yourself move. Don't worry about how silly it looks, okay? So it starts with the feet. You need to choose a position with your feet and say, okay, that's the position that those feet are in. And now from there, I'm going to move my pelvis around, and you have to choose multiple positions. So let me back up to a point where you can see everything. Okay, so you can, maybe I have to talk a bit louder from back here. So just choose a position. You can start just here. Just put your feet together. Find stability on the ground. Feel the balls of your feet. Feel your heels. Be stable. And from here, now we can start just playing around and seeing how that pelvis moves, keeping the feet completely still, and really like rotating your pelvis over to that side, rotating your pelvis over to that side, using your glute, like using your glutes from here, for example, to push forward like that. Like, see that? That's glutes. That's glutes pressing forward. See, my back is staying exactly in this position. My pelvis is like, boom, up this way. And then I'm using the glutes. Maybe some other, I don't know, maybe some other rotators of the hip to stabilize it or something like that. But to go like that, you know, and you can also, like, if you rotate your pelvis all the way around that way, then you can try and use your hamstrings and your glutes to just move the pelvis, okay? We don't usually do that kind of movement. We kind of, like, if we're here, we're taught, okay, you can do that, but we're not taught that from here you can rotate the pelvis like that. That's just the pelvis rotating. Okay? So those are all with your feet. There's side to side, there's rotation, there's lateral. And you use, like, if say you go over to this side, all right? Say you go over here. Say you go over there. Mostly on, your foot's mostly on that one there. That point. How do you get out of here? What do you do? Most of us would just go kind of like that, just straighten up like that. But you can use your gluteus medius here to contract and push. You can use your gluteus medius to kind of like push your weight under you. Because usually if we're in this position, we just kind of just wriggle out of it or something like that. But you need to learn to use one muscle to just realign it. So from there, you want to start finding like unorthodox positions and moving your pelvis from a lot from there. So maybe you could just stick find one leg there and then just stick the other one out there, for example. Okay, now where can you move? And just start really rotating your pelvis around like, and just using the muscles that attach to the pelvis to create all your movement. So, you know, what are you focusing on? I mean, it's a lot of the glutes. The glutes are involved a lot. Even, I guess, the rectus abdominis, is that the one that goes up here? I think so. But you can use that to really pull the pelvis up because it's attached to the pelvis, so you can pull it up like that. I imagine probably like your internal rotators, like adductor brevis or something like that. It probably comes up from here onto the pelvis, so you're using that as well. You're also using the piriformis and the other external rotators to kind of like rotate the pelvis like this, like that. Okay, so you just play around and find the areas of resistance and just like press into them and move into them. Really move your pelvis around. And then you can start getting more advanced. So you can go on one leg. I mean, the ultimate is, well, not the ultimate, but definitely the thing that you want to end up having stability and mobility doing is single leg pelvis mobility and stability. So you just get on one leg and just start moving that pelvis around, okay? Like you can go all the way down here, okay? And then you can go all the way back up, okay? And that's helping that rotation, gluteus medius kind of stuff. Yeah, like you can go down here and you can straighten out like that. So, and then it's quite easy to do something like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's how those salsa hips are done. Boom. You just gotta get that pelvis mobile. So as I said, I know it looks silly. I had to be like, oh yeah, whatever, I look like an idiot doing this. But that's the kind of stuff that you want to do to really free it up. So give it a try, leave your comments down below and let me know how it goes. See ya.